Right, I'm just getting sorted. I'm about to run my tournament. I'm just trying to figure out what's best. Do I need cash? Basically, cash or attack speed, I feel like the main difference between these two. I'll just double check. I know, so I've got Fortress in my tournament, extra orbs rather than free upgrades. See, free upgrades is probably useful as well. I feel like my push build's actually better. Rather than trying to figure out because they're in different order. Don't have energy net on either, but then energy net's not really necessary. So arguably energy net is not needed. We'll take this out and put something else in instead. Landmine stun might help. I feel like I'm going to put landmine stun in and use push, see how that goes. I'd just done a tier 18 run to see how well I'd do, and I didn't do that well. In fact, I forget you can actually just show it here. So I did 165, so nowhere near where I was getting to before. Like 135 was the last time I tried to run it, so a little bit better, but still not there. Look, getting 17 trillion per hour now. There's a caveat to that, but we're on the right track. That's the main thing. I just got really lucky, not here. I got really lucky here. So I got 3 of the ancestral stats. I just need to get my 4th, and then all golden. Just still need 2 sharp fortitude. It's not been happening, but we're getting there. So we're going to start the tournament. Unfortunately, I do not have the quest. I've got an issue. I cannot get kills with my inner landmines whatsoever. I need to figure a way to start getting kills with it. The most obvious way is start working into a damage build. Or another option is investing into inner landmines. But with the way that my tower is going, I feel like I need to save up to unlock second wind mastery, because it gives the health regen multiplier. And currently I am researching recharge second wind in like preparation to unlock that. But right now I'm maxing out my Walthons. This is going to stay in, and my lab speed's almost finished, so I'm basically just going to be doing these for now and focusing on getting up to, once this is done, I'll go Shatter Shards in this slot. Basically, is my plan for now. Anyway, so without further ado, we'll start the central tournament, and the other 2 tournaments will come back up afterwards. So just to confirm, this on the left is my glass cannon, and this on the right is baby EHP. It even has it written on them. You can't see glass cannon written here just because I need to hide the ID just in case. So we're basically just kind of got the main tower in the center. Right, so I just need to check, was my chat box, is it just because I've got it hidden? I think this is the right one. Is it? Can you show my... Oh, right, okay. I'm going to try and get this to show up. Oh, I've got it on the bottom left. I don't know if there's actually a real proper place to put my chat, but I've turned my chat box up back on anyway, so that should be fine. What's this text? Oh, right, yeah, that's from Black Desert. I'm just double checking if there's anything worth. I need to sort this out actually, because that's from there, and I don't use music anymore. Okay. I mean, I do use music, but I don't need to have it shown on screen, is what I mean. As you can see, my baby tower is doing really well. 755 waves on tier 1 now. I'm going to be making a video on that after the stream and just going over. I forgot to do one thing, so bear with me. You will see my pajama buttons. It stops the reflection on the glass. It is quite bright, I know, but it is just a case of... Nice for my display case anyway. My hair's a mess, I know. So many things to sort out. So little time to do it. Haven't looked at the battle conditions. How screwed am I? Absolutely screwed. I'm getting knocked out of... I didn't even get into Legends. What happened? Oh, I got... Yeah. Okay, I'm not getting back up into Legends. I forgot that like I got knocked out of top 4 last time even. It's going to be a struggle, but we'll go for it. So it's just enemy attack speed that we need to max out. Get rid of that straight away because it's pointless. I am thinking about maybe it is time for me to move into a hybrid build. Especially considering I have the issue here of in landmine that kills. Like the only way I can see potentially doing that is if I turn off everything but in a landmine and go on to like a really low tier. I'm tempted to push up the duration on here because apparently it's best to max out bonus and then do duration, but we'll see. I currently have a cat walking around my feet. We're just going to basically do all 3 tournaments at the same time once the runs end on my smaller towers, rather than doing them back to back because that would just take forever. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably only going to get like 1,000 waves on my main. Unfortunately, it is a bit blurry on my main tower, but it's just how it's going to be. Hello, Mary. Do you want to say hello to people? Oh, that was a failure of a jump. There you go. Come on, both legs. Thank you. Yes. Why have you got hair in your mouth? Good luck, dude. Hope it goes well. Thanks. I don't know if it's going to go well. Battle conditions just aren't great for EHP builds. We'll just see how it goes. I think I'll still do all right, but I'm definitely not getting to get back up into Legends this time. Why are you sitting so funnily? Can I straighten you up? There you go. Oh, okay. You don't want to stand straight. It's so weird how he's literally just eyes right at the bottom of the screen. Bearing away, huh? Yeah, so my baby tower, I think I might be able to push to tier 3 now. Sorry, I just hit the mic. And once I get to tier 3, I'll do a video. And I'll unlock the first... Okay, I'll take that. I'll unlock its first ultimate weapon. Hopefully I'll get something good. Yeah, it's weird. So my tier 1 with EHP is almost caught up to my glass cannon tier 1, but its progress through tiers is so much slower. Hey, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. I'm just going to say Domingo because that's the only part that I can read. How you doing? How's everyone else's tournaments going as well, actually? If you've run them yet, I don't know. I'm just running mine now because it's kind of the best time. It fits to my schedule. And I'm actually off work today, so I figured I could just, like, pull it off. Honestly, my cat's being so adorable right now, but I can't exactly... I can try. Probably break the camera. You can't see him for the mic. That's the best I can do. He's literally just laid kind of on his back, purring away. Letting me rub his belly. Cats don't usually do that. But apparently, he's a happy boy. Aren't you, Mama? He is named after the Hobbits as well. So we've got Merry and Pippin, but Pippin's currently sleeping. So yeah, I did a big change for my main tower this week. Decided to change over to Black Hole Digester. It's going to be a really big jump. So at the moment, like I synced everything to the 110 seconds that I currently have, and it's a case of, let's grab those. It has helped, as you can see. It went from 12.2 to 16.3 on tier 13, and then tier 12 was at 15.8. And I was like, this is amazing. I did a tier 13 run and died early, and then I did another one, died early again. But then I've managed to get up to 17.8 now and 17.8, and then I did a tier 18 run. So it's like 17.3, sorry. So tier 12's at 17.3, tier 8's at 17.8. As you can see, my cells have taken a hit. I don't get as many cells anymore, but I'm much better off on my actual like proper farming runs. But basically what had happened is, because I went to Black Hole Digester, I wasn't getting perma black hole until I got the perk, and the perk wasn't actually in my auto pick ranking, so I had to unlock an extra ranking of auto pick. Because what I'd done is, after the 2000 run, I put it into my auto pick ranking, but it knocked defense out of my auto pick ranking, so then I only got to like 4000 waves. So then I just needed an extra auto pick ranking just so that I could get the extra perk in there. So now I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have any early ends to my runs, or very few and far between, depending on how lucky I am with perks. I think perks is very much going to affect how much I make per hour now, compared to with G-Comp, because it depends on how early I get the perks that I need for Econ to how efficient my run's going to be. I'm surprised my Black Hole Digester actually is giving me that much of a boost, but also it only had the mythic perks at the time, so I literally just re-rolled before this tournament run and got the ancestral perks. So we'll see how it goes on my next farming run. I'm probably going to jump up even more with my Econ. I've actually made it up to 200 trillion per day that I earn, I believe. I'll double check this. Hang on. I'm going to pull up the Project Rend, which I always recommend to use. Bye, Mary. Right. So I'll put it. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So I've got these two locked to the front of my screen so that things don't get messed up. And as you can see, that means I can only really fit Project Rend in the center here. So I'm gonna do something weird, which I think will work. I just need to make it so it squishes in just a little bit more. Can we? Yeah, perfect. I like the fact that either let it be completely free format. So, I mean, my tournament, I basically just need to be clicking that, so it doesn't matter if it can't be seen fully. So, as you can see, at the moment, earning 1.8 Q per week and an average of 277 trillion. So, we're getting up there. And as you can see, I don't actually farm 24 hours a day, and that's just because, like, there's the times where the runs end just before I wake up, like, by a couple of hours. I could technically drop down to a tier 11 to be running 24/7, but it wouldn't actually be efficient enough. So if we have a look at my farming runs, you can see on a chart just how much of a change the last... I'll go... Oh yeah, I did click the right bit there. So we're on the 12th. We'll go back 2 weeks. That's an interesting bug, excuse me. Is it because I have to go to October to select it? I guess it's not really a bug, but it's a feature. So yeah, you can see I was making a steady increase anyway, but then I changed to Black Hole Digester, massive jump here in like coins earned, but my cells dropped. And then I had the problem with like early ending runs. But then I've got back and it's even better than it was here. And that's mostly down to like getting coin per kill ranked up. And actually, sorry, tell a lie, I got an extra level in my golden bot. That'll be what made that increase. The only thing I was just thinking, right, is I have nuke in here, but I don't know when abouts nuke is actually going to be useful. Because tier 11, you don't get anything detrimental spawn. By that I mean fleets. You don't get any fleet spawn. My tier 1 run should be ending soon-ish. 260k is where I'm at, basically, defense-wise. I might drop down to just doing upgrades of 1, just so that I could keep pushing it that little bit further. Let's close Project Rend for now. This glass cannon build will probably be another 20 minutes until the run ends, whereas over here on the baby EHP, we're probably going to be ending the run in the next 5-10 minutes. Like, we're pretty much at my highest wave, I believe. I'm saving all those for when I get into a guild, because I'll be joining a guild soon. So yeah, if we go into settings quickly, stats. 838 is the best stat I've got so far. So we're not far off there. I think we're definitely going to go a bit further than that, because that was a little while ago, and we've got plenty to spend as well, which will help in the tournament. I'm half tempted with my baby EHP to stay in Copper League deliberately. Like, but it's shooting yourself in the foot at the same time. Like, I just think it'd be funny to basically stay here as long as possible and then get like one of the highest waves ever in Copper. Because Copper League's tier 1 as well, isn't it? It's tier 1 plus. So technically a defense build would do so well in it. But it's just a question of, do I want to stick to Copper and get less rewards and progress slower? I could do a 4th tower for that. So, also there's something else that I wanted to go over. And a few people will have known that I got offered a sponsorship. And I literally jumped in with both feet, almost. But then I figured I'm going to test things out and see. And I'm questioning it now. I may not accept the sponsorship. So you heard that here, folks. First here. Because it's... Yes, I could earn... Sorry, I've got something on my thumb and I'm a disgusting human being. I just lick and then use my saliva to clean, I know. I don't have any hand sanitizer here, to be fair. And I'd rather not get smudges on my keyboard. I'll wipe everything down after the stream. Yeah, I think that's the thing as well. I know I'm jumping between things I'm talking about, but with my main tower, I think as much as people say you should transition into damage to do better in tournaments and things, I feel like there's so much left for me to upgrade in EHP that it's not worth moving over to damage yet. So I'm going to do my best to stick to EHP to max and then move over to having glass cannon as well. And yeah, that's probably a pipe dream, because I feel like there's a lot of people that still haven't maxed out EHP endgame, but I feel like I'm approaching getting to the point where I can really push it, right? Because as soon as I get... I mean, I know technically you're better off getting extra stars on these because it give you better stats with the extra stars and you get the like last start at 201. But as soon as I can get... I mean, it's going to be a question of I have less tower health as well compared to Wormhole Redirector, but if I can get my Sharp Fortitude in this slot, I'm literally not going to be pulling for a long time, and I'll be able to use the gems to buy extra card slots, but also like for rushing labs, and that's really going to help. One thing that I was just also thinking right now, and I can see that there's arguments for both sides. So with this will actually help me with a bit extra defense abs. The events. So I was just thinking, once I max out my golden bot, it may be worth me investing the rest of my basically just buying currencies from the event shop rather than unlocking a second bot, especially because that's the thing. I may never get keys though. I was just thinking because you can get respecs from the keys in the vault, so you can have both. I say respecs. It's presets. You have different presets, so you could just have change over the bot you're using, because really you don't earn that much. Like, you don't go into a tournament to farm coins. It's just not a thing. It's inefficient. I don't know. That's something that I'm thinking about. We'll see. So 290 now we're talking for this. It might actually last a bit longer than I thought. And my glass cannon, honestly, it's volatile. Like, could die in one more hit. Well, yeah, it'll die in a hit because we're only at 10 health. But like, I could get hit next wave, or I could get hit in like 20 waves, or could be another 400 waves. God, I've actually got a elite spawning on my. Oh, okay. So the elite is doing enough damage to actually. So I might die to this elite. I might be okay. I am okay. It died. I was looking at my health when I said I might be okay. I didn't see it pop. But that's good to know that basically rays don't kill me just yet. And that may have just pushed me. No, I've killed 8 elites so far. It's the first one I've actually seen on my baby tower. I think scatters are the biggest problem for defense builds in general. Excuse me, sorry. Because like with the defense build, the scatter has so many children that all hit at the same time. Especially if the damage is over the max of your defense absolute. Yeah, absolutely just, it's like a shotgun. It's literally a single enemy shotgun. It should be called the shotgun rather than the scatter. I mean, it's what kills my main tower, the scatters, but like there's no real way for EHP to deal with scatters better, unless I guess more like crowd control, so to break up their attacks. You know, I'm always tempted to push my Poison Swamp a bit more to have a bit more like enemy stun, because that might break up their attacks a bit more. It's just an idea. It might actually help me with longevity. The only problem being with Poison Swamp is I think it would still work there, like it's just on the edge, but basically the higher the range of Poison Swamp, it pulls one side in from the wall, and that makes an issue. Whereas then you're only stunning one side. But again, that might break up the attacks a bit more. It might actually be beneficial. So it's something that I'll look into researching some CC when I have the ability to. I believe like CC that just slows or makes enemies turn in different directions isn't as useful. And I just remembered, I'm pretty sure I can't stun scatters anyway, so it doesn't matter. The only way to deal with scatters is just more thorns. I mean, they've got to be careful with the thorn relics as well, so should be getting close to maxing this out. Nowhere near, but hey. I'm currently at 117% thorn damage, right? So I'm just going to pull out the calculator and show why they've got to be careful with this. So with 117%, I currently have times 0.16. I didn't do this right, hang on. So I'll do this in a way that makes it a bit easier. 1.17. So it kills 1.17, like the enemy 1.17 times over when it hits. And my wall thorns is currently at 16. So, or it's going to be 16 soon. I can't remember which way around it is. Anyway, so that's 18% of their health, or 18.72% of the health per hit right now. So if we do 1 divided by 0.1872, it's currently taking 5.3 hits to kill the enemies on my wall. If I can get that down to 5 times, right, this is where the wall becomes deadlier than the tower. Full stop, including thorn damage, and that's where we're talking dangerous territory. Now, the reason, I mean, technically, if I get my wall thorn higher, it's going to be 5 hits. But like, if we can get it down to 4 hits, it's just going to be hilarious. So the reason that I'm saying this, right, is because if you consider your wall regen can go up to 3 times your normal health regen, so that means 1 hit on your wall, or 3 hits on your wall is equivalent damage to 1 hit on your tower because of how fast the regen is. So technically the wall could become the anti-scatter in a way. But then you take into account the fact that I clicked the wrong button. No, again, I clicked the wrong one. Jesus Christ. We'll get there eventually. It was the one in the middle. Then you take into account the fact that your health regen can be times by 2.5. So that's multiplicative. So now you're talking, can take, I've just forgotten how to math, 7.5 times hits. So 7.5 hits equal 1 hit on your tower, regen wise, and it only takes currently 6 hits for a scatter to die. If it goes down to 5 hits, that means the wall regen on your wall is so fast that it's regenning faster than the amount of damage that the scatter can cause. If that makes sense. I'm not saying your tower will never pop. I'm just saying, with the speed of the regen, a scatter that could kill your tower in 1 hit could not kill your wall in 1 hit with the exact same amount of health. And obviously you can get your wall to have much more health. I mean, right now mine doesn't, but you can. And that's where it's like, basically EHP has the potential to become deadly near the end when you're like maxing everything out. But if they keep adding thorn relics, that's where wall could become king if you could get it. I mean, I doubt they'll make it happen, but if it did happen, if your wall had 100%, so kills enemies in 1 hit, the wall would become broken. It would literally be endgame. But the amount of relics they would have to release for that would be insane. You'd have to have 500% wall thorns, which they're never going to do. You'd hope. I'm just checking a message. One thing that I like to do, and I don't know if it's really efficient, but I like to basically, once I'm not really able to click my enemy attack level skips, I max out my enemy health skips anyway. But I don't think it really benefits me with the fact that I don't really deal damage. Another thing that I always like to double check is to see how I'm doing with my Death Wave health bonus, because now that I can get that maxed. I'm also closing in on my wall health. I keep clicking that up. Like I've been focusing on leveling things up lately in my, even though they do get maxed out, it's just for when I'm doing those milestone runs. If it's already maxed out nearer the beginning, it just helps much more. Right, 245 to 445. We will get to having 3 tournaments going at once. I'm surprised I'm still going. I'm about to hit wave 900. I need to pay attention on my... I mean, I'm going to get a perk soon anyway, but yeah, there's one boss in between getting perks, so I need to see how close this boss gets to my tower. And we'll play it from, like, by ear from there. Unfortunately, like, this, like, Glass Cannon really, like, shined on how quickly it could clear, but it's slowed down. Hey, Dinols, I'm going to call you Dinols because that's going to be the easiest way for me to pronounce your name. Thank you for joining live, and I thought so. My chat box isn't actually chat boxing. Why is my chat box not showing up messages? Oh no, there we go. It's just hard to see. I don't think I can do anything about that. I'm gonna quickly look at... Oh, alright, so that's like how long until it... You can just put always show messages. I'm just trying to have a look at ways to... Oh, I mean, that does look cool. I'm tempted to leave it like that, but I need like a background. Can I... I'll just put always show messages just so I can see them. Right. Also, just a heads up for everyone. I don't know why it's not updating. I'm just waiting for it to show up on my screen. Please leave a like as well on the stream. Helps more people find the stream whilst I'm live. And hopefully we'll get into having all 3 tournaments running at once. I missed out. What did I get? Chain lightning damage. Okay, this one's probably going to be a pretty nice run. Especially with that extra chain lightning damage going on. Believe it or not, this tower still does not have a dim core. Why is this not showing? I'm going to close and just see if it can... I'm just fighting with my chat right now. As cool as that looks, if it's not going to show up. What's Chunky look like? It looks okay, but I feel like boxed is best because the box basically just kind of breaks it off from the background. Won't have always show on. Show platform icons not needed. Show badges, show top coin holder badge, don't really care about that. Emotes available, font size, background color. Is there a way to... No, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to make the background more, but it doesn't look like I can. Okay, I don't know why it's just put all the chats up at once. I was just trying to get it to... I think it's just the commands that I put in are so far behind. The chat will disappear again. I feel like that's actually easy enough to read now that I can see it properly. With it having the background grade for each message. I did try changing the chat type, but I feel like it'll just be a bit... Doesn't have that background on it. I feel like having the background is really helpful. So that being said, the chat does look quite small to me, but that could just be because it's in a small window on my other screen. So I'm just going to max this out just so that I can make it a bit bigger maybe. I'll hide the overlay stuff, I don't need that. Yeah, the chat's definitely big enough to be able to read normally. I really am surprised I'm hanging on my baby tower. I might actually break 1 million coins in a run. Maybe. We'll see. With the thought, I'm half tempted to do a second run on my main tower because of the thorn resistance, just to see if I can do any better damage-wise, but I feel like because I haven't put time and effort into increasing my damage, it's probably not going to be any better. If I'd invested into... Oh, that was a really weird way of saying invested. If I'd invested into my Chain Lightning, Chain Thunder, maybe, because that could increase the amount of defense that I have as well. Just I feel like my damage isn't going to outperform my health, considering the big difference between them. Because if you look, like, I've got billion worth of damage, trillion worth of health. Like, if we have a look at my Chain Lightning, which I've forgotten to turn on, it's 4.5 small Q. So I don't think it's really going to be useful at the point where I'm usually dying with my defense, if that makes sense. Even if I put like Dim Core in. Yeah, I do get an itchy trigger finger on these, like, I'm like always tempted to click them. I just see something I can click and my brain goes, click it. Click it. Just habit, I guess. I am really surprised though with my tier 18 run attempts. I'm not getting as high as I want. Like, I'd managed to get to 210 over a month ago, and I've not been able to get back up there again since. But I think a few more unlocks, and I will. The thing is, the last time I did that, I had a Flame Bot on rather than Golden Bot, and I think that's where a massive difference. The amount of defense that you get from Flame Bot really does matter. One of my biggest problems, and I know it's going to be a problem when I get to like tier 19, is like, I've only just managed to get past the point on my tier 18, but basically I was using Second Wind wave 1, and that's just because you don't have your black hole straight away to stop enemies hitting you from the get-go. And I guess in a way, if you had Chrono Loop on, it could potentially give you a little bit more time to actually pull. But then Chrono Loop doesn't start actually either, does it? That's the thing, it's having the ability to survive until Black Hole activates. And I guess that's where damage obviously shines, because you don't have that issue. 180, so 360. I might be able to hit 1k waves, which will be amazing. Because if I can hit 1000 waves, I should be able to hit 100 waves on tier 2, and then unlock tier 3, so that I can do that video. But we'll see. Because I'm currently also... I mean, everything's maxed out here. So that's something I want to talk about as well, right? So I do have free attack upgrades maxing on here, but I'm not spending anything in here. I'm not unlocking anything past crit chance and crit factor. So 563 damage is nothing at all in comparison to the health that the enemies have. Like 342 million health. So really, it is still full on EHP. There's literally no damage from our bullets. Like, if we pay attention when this boss comes, I will click and you'll see that it's just 100% thorns. Like, literally, even though I will hit it with my projectiles, the damage doesn't register. So here we go. 100% thorns. Damage doesn't even register on bosses. I am starting to take damage now. Even after that click, I'm still taking damage. But the damage that I'm taking at the moment, I am health regenning, so it's not so bad. But this is where we get into a really complex point. So I've got to decide whether to invest into health regen or save up for the defense absolute. Which one's gonna get me a bit longer through. When going into Blender on the baby HP, will you unlock multi-shot, etc.? I honestly don't know, because I did go into Blender on my main account, and I am basically just filling in the gap from the beginning to where I started recording my main account. So I might unlock the others. They're just not going to be a priority to upgrade, right? Because this is basically just I'm doing two things at once. So I'm doing like full-on EHP compared to full-on glass cannon, but also trying to link in to where I started recording my main tower. One of my biggest problems that I'm having at the moment as well, and I'm kind of saving it for the recording, but I've pulled quite a few cards. Like, I know it's not a lot, don't get me wrong, but like I've got quite a few at tier 2, right? I still haven't got the defense card. So that's an interesting one to have an issue of. Like, I've never known not getting the defense card. I've like started a few towers for like, especially for example, getting the correct I think I started 3 to get chain lightning as my first on my glass cannon. So it is a unique problem not having the defense card for a defense tower. Sorry to jump in, but wouldn't recharge DM work instead of second wind? Just pop DM at start. So that was something that I was thinking about. My the problem is, right, here's where the issue with that is. Like, yes, that is a good idea. My recharge demon mode is currently, I think, 400 waves, and this is where it becomes a problem, right? So it's in here. Yeah, so recharge demon mode at 400 waves. If I get it down to 300 waves, that's brilliant. But if I pop it on the first wave, and then yes, I will survive that first wave, my second wind will still be there, but my demon mode would not be back up before I'm dying at wave 165. Yes, my second wind would be there, so that might be a bit more useful that way round, but the recharge isn't important. But it's a case of, I mean, I've been thinking of different ways of doing it. Like, I could use my nuke from the get-go, but I was also thinking, in a way, if my second wind pops on first wave, it's also not a bad thing. Once I was meant to click defense absolute there, but I clicked the wrong one. I was thinking, like, once I get the second wind mastery, maybe popping second wind at the beginning is not a bad thing, because it lasts 400 waves, the second wind perk. Let's say perk, mastery perk. Am I going to get... This is going to be an interesting one. Am I going to get 1k waves? I'm very close. Also, there's no need to apologise for jumping in. By all means, jump in, ask questions, or like give ideas. So I forgot to say also, welcome Conrad and welcome Guru Bab Zen Gaming. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. No, I'm gonna have to put into health regen. No, we're not making it. We're not making it. What, new highest wave, 964? So that's this one done. So we're putting everything up to 21 from the looks of it. I think it was just actually a misclick that I went up to 21, but we'll just go up to 21 on everything. Why not? 21. I'm just clicking this up because I'm not doing a Blender or anything, or Devo. I'm just gonna Well, yeah, I'm going Blender rather than Obdevo, so it's just clicking everything up at the moment. We'll put these all up to 21 first, and then go 22. And then 23. I like to be organised with it. That's how I do it. So then 23 on the ones that matter in here. $24. Okay, so we'll definitely be able to hit 1,000 waves next time. I was just thinking, if I can get up to... I'll unlock modules. If I can get up to wave 90, I'll unlock modules, and that'll do me better in the tournament. So I'm going to have a quick run, because I got 78 last time. It's just, yeah, just making a tournament, that's fine. So yeah, we'll have a quick run. That's the thing. I've been doing, like, trying to get as many coins as possible in my runs that I almost forgot. Like, so we need to get this up to 67, and then we don't care about that anymore. And we're going to go into amounts of 5, and go from there. Just saves the amount of clicks that I need to do. So we're going to max out defense first, because that is the most important. And then we'll do our tournament run. So we'll do defense absolute. We'll try and get modules unlocked, and then we'll run the tournament. Because you always get 10 free modules, so just equipping the modules will give me a jump up in power. I shouldn't struggle until I hit wave 1000, at least, with this, but it's just... After wave 1000, I'm definitely not going to keep up with damage dealers this time. But it's how it goes. Everyone gets screwed over by a certain battle condition. Like, most of the battle conditions I don't really need to worry about, in my opinion. People do say, like, oh, all the chip damage from having, like, the... I didn't actually look, and these are really, really nice. Like, attack speed doesn't really affect me, right, with damage. More enemies, again, doesn't really affect me. Plasma cannon resistance, yeah, that kind of sucks, but doesn't really affect me. Death defy down, again, doesn't really affect me. I don't need to worry about death defying. More bosses, obviously everyone has that, so that's not an issue. More bosses are actually a great thing for... I just clicked on defense abs without thinking. Oh well, that's how it goes. But yeah, so... Oh, there we go. So we can go into the tournament on our glass cannon. I'll just do another click. Oh, I'm actually at 22. I should have had a quick look. I'll have a quick look through now. I think everything else is above 22, so that's not an issue. Not clicking anything in here? No. Okay. That is literally just this up to 23 next. So that's fine. Didn't think to check this actually, but it's fine. Do I need any? Yeah, actually. Oh, I don't know how that works if you haven't got it unlocked. How much does it cost? 1 billion. I was just thinking, if I get the enemy level skip perk, does it do anything without having enemy level skips unlocked? Or can I not get that perk without it unlocked? Ideally, I need a fucking the orbital augment, and that'll boost me up a bit. But it's not going to happen. What I'm going to do, not as efficient. I'm just going to stick another speed up in here. I'm going to just quickly draw 4. I'm not going to get anything here, but, you know, since I'm running my tournament, why not? Honestly, the luck that I've been having is just terrible. So I did get my orbital augment here, but, like, anti-cube portal was in the augment draws as well. I don't get anything useful, but I guess that's how it works in the tower. You want something, it doesn't drop. So this one we're doing the gold tournament. Thorns doesn't matter. Ranged ultimate, that could be an issue. That's what I was gonna say. Ranged ultimate is like, people say the chip damage from that is really bad for EHP builds, but if you've got the damage reduction, it honestly isn't so bad. The ranged ultimate can potentially be a bit of a problem for this build, but shouldn't be an issue. That's something I didn't even think about. I didn't even check to see if I could upgrade anything with my... I'll be able to see it if I go in here, won't I? I've only got 69, so probably not. And then... Oh, I haven't got everything unlocked on it for this one. Bot range, I guess will be useful. Tower damage will be useful. I've got a difficult one this time. I've got to save up like 700 for these. But we'll see. I say I lucked out. It's been a long time coming. In my main tower, like, I played this event last time it came out, so I've already got everything here, so I get to spend much more medals on my main account this event. Yeah, so we'll max out our defense, no problem, and we'll just see if we can get all the waves. Death wave would have been brilliant here, would be brilliant for my first, but we'll see. I know I could have got my ultimate weapon before I ran, but I just decided why not. We'll just go as is. If we don't get out of copper, that's a good thing, because then I can do another, well, it gives me the chance to potentially see if I can max copper, get the highest ever wave count on copper. But we'll just play it by ear, because I probably will manage to get top 4. Is it top 4 or top 5? I don't know what talking. Having 3 towers makes your brain go confused. I honestly thought I was in tournament there for a moment on my baby tower. Don't have 3 towers running at once. It does confuse your brain. There is too much going on. Having them running separately is fine, but when you're actively doing things on all 3, it gets a bit confusing. They start merging together. I'm just looking at the increases, trying to work out the math. Am I going to be able to get modules? If I do get modules, I'll be able to literally just run straight away again and get to tier 100. So that's at least something. But obviously I'm not going to run straight away again. It's just not worth it. I want to go into the tournament so that I can do all my tournaments. I know you can't see my upgrades on my glass cannon, but basically it's straightforward. I'm literally just maxing, well, I say maxing, clicking damage until I die. Obviously I max out crit factor, damage per meter, and bounce shot first, but I don't need to click on anything econ. All the econ stuff that I want is already maxed, and the only things, I guess I can click on some defense, so I will do that now. So I'll max out landmine radius, and I'll max out death defy, and then go back to clicking on our damage. So death defy is now maxed, as you can see, and then just damage the rest of the tournament. I don't know how. I mean, brilliant, but the only reason that it's saying that is because it hasn't updated everyone else. Or on your main account for tournament. So this is something. See, I struggle with cards for my main account because I have tried damage wise, and it doesn't really do much for me, right? So if we go into my cards, we'll see that I did have a think about it, but at the start of the stream actually. So we've got health regen, cash, so that we can max out our enemy level skips a bit quicker. So technically I can take cash off right now because it is maxed now. Nuke, enemy balance, I know technically sometimes enemy balance is better left out. You might get a few more waves, but I leave it in for the extra cash again. And extra defense, energy shield, because I still feel like energy shield can potentially get you like that one extra wave, even with a defense build. And then we've got 3 upgrades, which again, that can probably be taken out now because I've maxed out enemy level skips. Landmine stun, because it could just basically stun an enemy for a second. I was thinking it can stun some of the scatters, but I don't think scatters can be stunned, so it's pointless. Plasma cannon, because even though it's reduced, it's still useful. Wave skip, demon mode, recovery package chance, because you should never take that off ever. Death ray and second wind. But the thing is, like, the other choices that I have, I mean, I guess I could throw in wave accelerator just to make the run faster, but like ultimate crit, that's damage, berserkers damage, super towers damage. Energy net's really not going to do much for me. Like, it'll slow down the boss, but like I still kill the boss by him hitting my tower. Intro sprint means I don't get my death wave bonus as well, so it's detrimental. Obviously don't need coins. Extra orbs, I don't find that useful, honestly, that much. It could potentially be helpful, but I don't see the point of it. I don't have Fortress on because I believe Dabs isn't as useful as it could be. Crit chance, again, damage, slow aura, that's just not going to do anything for me, really. Coins, pointless. Range, again, that's damage build, and attack speed and damage are damage builds. So I've got on the cards that are really worth having on. With being a EHP build, there's less cards to consider. Like, it's about a quarter of the cards are completely written off just because you're EHP. When I say I can take off, yeah, I've not maxed out my wall health yet. So I guess 3 ups is still useful. What's actually dealing most damage? The Poison Swamp's still doing really well, actually. That's surprising. But Poison Swamp can stun the boss. I feel like it can stun scatters as well, but I need to confirm that. I feel like we're gonna hit wave 100 no problem here. So I'm currently still above the damage in defense absolute, and it is a case of I obviously get another 49.5% increase, or technically it's not exactly how it works. It's decreased 49.5% off the damage, and then defense absolute happens. So the multiplication's a little bit different, but basically an extra 49.5%. Looks like we may, like, the damage might overtake soon, but I could always just put it down to upgrading one at a time. I think we will just be able to click just before it overtakes. Because 3.3 should go 3.52, I think. Yeah, I can click it. Was I right? No, 4.5. I was guessing, not gonna lie. I was just looking at the increments. I don't have masteries yet, so can't get your regen. I have to use some damage myself. Can't count 100% on thorns when there is thorn battle condition, but at least there ain't orb or death ray battle condition this time. Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, that's why I was thinking I might put in my extra orbs, because there is no battle condition for the extra orbs. And it is, honestly, as I've said, I think I've said it multiple times this time, but the thorn resistance battle condition is the killer of the EHP build, so we're guaranteed to do bad in this tournament because of the battle condition. But I am working on a way for my regen to be like negate that. But I need some good luck on a few things. And yes, we want to continue having music, thanks. Yeah, so it's just starting to overtake now, so we'll go into ×1 just to keep pushing that up. So yeah, I'm just trying to think whilst doing this. So yeah, I think even with the jumps that I'm planning on making, the battle condition will still detriment me regardless. Like, it just gets to the point where you're dealing no damage with your thorns. Like, at the moment, I'm only dealing 35%, so that's barely anything. Obviously, you can get the battle condition reduction lab, which will help a little bit, but not enough. Definitely looking if I can get second wind mastery next. I was going to save up and do my cooldowns to 100 seconds, but I think getting the second wind mastery might actually be more beneficial for me. There's one thing that I was thinking, especially with the second wind mastery, and this is why I like it. Obviously, I can't test it out to prove, but obviously once you max out the mastery as well, it will definitely be a massive help. But basically, we quickly have a look at it. Yeah, I didn't want to unequip anyway. It increases the multiplier for 400 waves. So if you have the cooldown maxed out, is it called cooldown? What's it called? I feel like it's not cooldown. Recharge maxed out, sorry. That puts it to 400 waves as well, I believe. So it basically means you'll have that regen for the whole game once you die for the first time to second wind. So I feel like that would be a beneficial buff for the defense build, but I just can't guarantee how much of a buff it'll be. Like, I don't know if you'll get a second wind out of it, basically. But it'd be nice to see. Then I was going to keep clicking this single, and then I got into explaining something and completely forgot. I do like clicking on my health level skips, but it honestly does nothing. I'm better off maxing out my health to make sure it's maxed, and my wall health. Question is though, how's my health doing now? 10.483, so almost done. Oh yeah, also with mentioning masteries, that's a good point. I could have just clicked it here. I do actually have health regen mastery at level 1, so I'm actually getting a bit of a bigger buff because the other ones are level 0. I decided that was going to be my first mastery to push up. Whether that was sensible, I don't know, but I figured why not. But yeah, my next upgrade is definitely going to be second wind. And won't be able to get that just yet because we're at 247, and this one I'm probably going to get like another 200. It costs 1,000, so probably be back Black Friday sale. Hello Ellie, the tower. We're on 2 of our tournaments now. Just need to get this. Oop. Yeah, we've hit wave 100. There we go. So no sweat on wave 100. So we now have tier 3 and modules, so that's going to be a big gain on the baby tower. I'll definitely be able to, and we'll just run the tournament first before that, but we'll do our module pull just because it's nothing special, a module pull, it's just a module pull, right? I'm 30 gems off. See, I've got a decision to make. I can either use these, well, I need to pull cards is the only thing. I was like, I can get an extra card slot, or I can get the third lab. The third lab is technically more important, but I also need the defense cards. So, but then I also need an extra card slot for the defense card, so it's difficult to make that decision. Bear with me one moment. So I just need to clear my throat. So yes, all 3 of these are my accounts. There is nothing against having multiple towers in the terms and conditions. Your towers can't really interact with each other. Arguably, they can be in the same guild, but these are all in separate guilds. My baby tower isn't even in a guild right now. The reason that I've got 3 towers, I wouldn't recommend for everyone else to have 3 towers, but the reason I've got it is literally for the content. So I've got my main tower, which I play as EHP build. We've got the glass cannon tower, which is basically just to show a different route to everyone does, because yes, glass cannon is king at end game, but everyone says go EHP to start off with and then go into glass cannon. And then over here we have the baby EHP, and I'm only going to be using this tower until it gets up to the point where I started making videos for my main tower like 10 months ago now actually. So once we get this to where my main tower started, we'll stop using this and I'll only have 2 towers again. Because managing 3 towers is a job, like honestly, it really feels like it. But that being said, my baby tower, I can't really do AFK runs. So this one I do active. My main tower is set it and forget it a lot of the time. Like that doesn't take any management. Like if we have a quick look here, my overnight run 11.8 hours, my daytime runs 8 hours 17. I don't know why I was going to convert that into a point. So that is literally set and forget. And my glass cannon is pretty much at the same point, but it's not for as long. So if we have a look at the farming runs on here, it's 1 hour and 28 minutes every farming run. Basically 1.5 hours. So these 2 are majorly AFK. You just do a little bit of micromanagement every now and then. It's mainly the start of the game where there's a lot to do. So it's not actually that bad. And again, it is literally just for the YouTube content. It's the only reason that I have multiple towers. If I didn't do YouTube videos, I would literally just have my main tower, and that would be it. And I'd have no regrets on that. It is nice to see as well, I'm just going to bring this up now quickly, but my wall finally has more health than my actual tower. I mean, obviously the regen just makes the wall better, full stop, but it's just nice to see that it's actually got to that point now. Once I get 2 more Sharp Fortitude, it'll be like a completely different story. So my lifetime coins on my main is now about to be 6 small Q, so it is actually progressing really quickly. So I'd still say I'm like late mid game at 6Q, but it's just a case of I've been getting a lot of progress lately, and I know, yes, glass cannon is king, but EHP is still serving me really well, so I don't want to go over to glass cannon just yet. And if we do get a rework for Defense Absolute, I feel like EHP will really have like its place in the spotlight again. So I'm holding out for that. But if I hold out for that and get to the point where like there's no more labs to research for health, by all means I will start researching damage as well. 1.69Q, nice. As I said, like my hour is like, as you can see, there's been a massive increase. Ignore these 2; these were mistakes, big mistakes, but that was just a learning curve with changing a module out. That was all. So you can see that I'm earning like 17 trillion per hour going forward. So making big jumps there. What's your like average coins per hour, Ellie? Or everyone, what's your average coins per hour / lifetime coins? Let's get everyone involved in the conversation. I just noticed that enemies were spawning really slowly at the start. Oh, I think I was killing them as they were spawning, so it was breaking it up, that's why. I'm surprised I'm still going on my baby tower. It's not far off, to be fair. what, 16k they'll start doing damage, or 15.5k technically. $16 small Q an hour, AKZ. Blurmin' heck. So you basically just make. I mean, you're clearly end game though. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Like, you make 3 times my tower basically, or just shy of 3 times, by 2 quadrillion per hour. 116 trillion lifetime coin and 265 billion per hour for Conrad. That's actually pretty decent increase. So what, every 4 hours you add 1 trillion on? Definitely making gains there. And then once you up your econ a bit as well, because I remember, I'm trying to remember from your review, I need to do some more reviews actually. I was going to reach out to everyone and ask who wants a review, because I haven't done a review for a while now. Sorry, I was just reading Enols and it confused me. Just because you put $25 billion, I was like, huh? But anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to remember from your review your econ, but I can't remember if there's going to be a big jump. Quick! Oh, that was close. Almost lost it at 136. I want to see if we can get 150. But yeah, so endgame now is 1Q and that, like, big Q now. Bloody hell. What do you have to spend on at that point? Like, seriously? Quick. No, we couldn't make it to 150. Oh well. New highest wave. At least new highest wave, right? Right, so we've got interest, max interest. Modules are unlocked and tier 3 is unlocked. So modules, yeah, we all know how modules work. Claim. So, without having the normal ones, I am tempted to pull from the banner. Okay, I'm going to pull from the banner because that can actually be like a real good smeg. Of all the things to pull, you are useless. Oh my god. Health is what I needed. At least it's got health regen on, I guess. We'll equip that one, and then I mean, could have been worse. Nearly 100 trillion since review. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so sorry, going back to D-Nulls. With 25 billion lifetime, yeah, you can definitely make it into platinum. I mean, I'm farming gold with 13 billion, so I feel like you're at the point where you'll be quite close to, I just said farming, but shush, close to the point where you'll be able to get there. But yeah, that's insane. 1Q, like large Q per hour. But I can understand it as well. Let's look at something I feel like we've missed. 995 trillion lifetime coins. Ah, I know why. Right, my chat at the side is in the wrong setting. No, it's still not showing up that one that it's saying from, I don't know whose name it is, I can't read. It's in blue. 995 trillion. Who said 995 trillion? I do not see it in my normal chat, but I can see it on my screen. And 50 point. Hang on, I'm just gonna. Yeah, really can't read that name. I don't know why it's not showing up on my normal one. But anyway, so 995 trillion lifetime coin and about 50 billion an hour at peak. That's pretty good. That being said, actually, 50 billion an hour, I feel like you can potentially increase that. Focus on your econ a bit. And then, yeah, made nearly 100 trillion since review. Awesome. And then I'm just trying to. I'm getting confused. My chat's not lining up. I'm still farming tier 16, but everyone is farming tier 18. I mean, to me, that just seems ridiculous. I'm farming tier 13. I don't know how to farm tier 14 AFK because I can't. I suppose that's the biggest thing, right? I can't auto nuke or anything like that. So if I get I guess it's a limitation of EHP, right? If I get a commander come in and he just sits at the edge of my range, I can't kill him. So I really get stuck there. I was really hoping for a nicer thing than just a freaking common. Oh well, what can you do? I think I'm gonna stick with health regen. Right, so we're gonna run our third tournament now, so we'll have all three going at the same time. And then I'll do cash per wave just once, and then push our thorn damage up so that we have 3 hits on bosses. That's the biggest thing, right? Getting the bosses to 3 hits. We're basically just going to do the same as we did with our tier 2 run. Max out defense, then defense abs, and well, then work on defense abs and health regen. Morning, Kevin. How are you doing today? That's the thing, I really want to figure out a way, right, to be able to farm tier 14 EHP. But I mean, I need to get to the point where I can do tier 13 as an overnight run for one. But it is just the commander spawns will really just stop it from being possible. I think I may have found a way actually. I'll need to test to see if it's a thing. Because I'm just going to search it on Google. The tower wind. Basically, it's the second wind blast. I remembered what it was when I was going through. I don't know where I just clicked because I didn't click where I wanted to click. But yeah, so what I was thinking is, can second wind blast? Oh, what's it saying about recharge? Because it gives 100% enemies killed. Can that kill the commander? Doesn't say on here. I need to find. Including commands by clearing a percentage of them from the screen after the second wind invincibility activates. The lab is particularly useful for clearing high threat enemies like commanders that can cause a quick loss. Perfect. Second wind mastery is what I'm gonna max out. That is another point. There we go. So yeah, already knocked out of top 4 before the end of it. So sticking in gold. That's the thing, OA could potentially solve it, but the downside, I mean, maybe just for farming, I guess. I say OA does really not have a good perk for longevity. Like, especially if you consider, like, the wall, like, basically 2.5 times health regen compared to potentially being able to kill it with OA. Yes, OA would be able to kill the commanders if it hit it enough before the ability killed you. But if what I've just read here is true, there's not enough on it. If second wind blast could kill it, if I get second wind mastery, then I would be able to have like the ability to farm tier 14 and commanders not screw me over. Because as long as the commanders don't spawn 400 waves apart, I'll be able to farm that tier no problem. AFK. And that's where it would get really good, right? Because if I can deal with it that way, then I can get keys for nuke. Then you'd have 2 ways of dealing with them, so it would be like every 200 waves. So it is possible to farm EHP in my head. Just it's a bit further away than I'd like. Right, so we'll just start another farming run on our glass cannon. It's an idea I've had, and we're going to go with it. What are the best substats on Multiverse Nexus? Just pulled one today. That depends. Now, there's reasons why I say it depends. So, are you using G-Comp? Because if you're using G-Comp, the best ones to get are the cooldowns for Golden Tower and for Death Wave, so that you can get it happening as quickly as possible. And if you're not trying to sync with your Golden Bot, basically. If you're trying to sync with Golden Bot, you don't want to have that reductions going on, because it makes it a bit more complicated. The other thing, I'm just trying to think. Right, so with substats for it, if you've only just unlocked it, I would say probably don't use it. So I have the cooldowns on, and Black Hole cooldown. Black Hole cooldown's not as good. Death Wave Quantity is an amazing one to have. As you can see, I stopped using it when I got to Mythic, basically. I think I was still re-rolling it. But then Primordial Collapse came out, and I just prioritised that with an EHP build. So the thing is, like, if you're trying to sync, be careful with getting the cooldown stats. But the reason that I was going to say be careful as well, Golden Tower bonus is a great one to have, and Spotlight Angle. I didn't realise I still need to re-roll one more on here. I need Golden Tower duration, actually, but I've just been re-rolling something else. So the reason I say be careful is because if you've only just rolled it, you're adding 20 seconds to your duration of them. So you'll be getting less econ from it than having them naturally synced normally. So it's not really worth using until you get it to Mythic, in my opinion, because it slows everything down, so you earn less from your ultimate weapons. You're better off trying to get a natural sync than using it. It honestly only comes into its own when it gets to Mythic, and you're not adding the time on. If you don't have anything else epic, I guess it's worth using to start off with, but just bear in mind it may reduce your recon. It would also act like kind of a stronger wall thorns, but yeah, second wind probably better. I'm assuming you're talking about OA's as secondary wall thorns? Yeah, it kind of does because of the way that it hits, but the main thing is, I mean, obviously I don't have it right now, so I guess OA might have been better for me. Sharp Fortitude's wall regen is much better than OA, in my opinion. Like the damage from OA. And then, yeah, as Kevin said, if you have a natural sync problem, don't use if you don't. Wait, hang on. Oh, no, sorry, not problem. Probably don't use. Yeah, so if you have a natural sync on your ultimate weapons, when I say ultimate weapons, I mean your Death Wave, your Golden Tower, and your Black Hole. If they are already synced and go off at the same time, I would say do not use the Multiverse Nexus. If they are unsynced, and it will cost you a lot to sync them back together, then maybe that plus 20 seconds might still be worth it, and definitely try that out. With G-Comp, it may not be such a detriment. So it's just a case of, I'd say test it out and see. It's always best to test out and see, right? But definitely get the cooldown reductions because they're going to be synced together. If you don't have to sync a Golden Bot, definitely 100% if they're not naturally synced. I'm just trying to think about being close to a natural sink. Oh shit. Shit. Completely ignored my baby tower there. Almost messed up there. Jesus. I just clicked on the wrong thing there. We'll ignore that. Fine. I just accidentally clicked on free defense upgrades on my glass cannon. Naughty man. Yeah, so I'm confused to how you're not close to a natural sink, because when you unlock, I mean, obviously I know people make their own choices up on things, but I thought Golden Tower and Deathwave are naturally synced when you first unlock them. But yeah, so if you do not have a natural sync anyway, definitely try it out. And I would say try and get the first two you want to focus on are Deathwave cooldown and Golden Tower cooldown. So try and counteract the plus 20 seconds a little bit, and just see if it does help your runs. If not, don't use it and just try and push to get a natural sync. Don't know why that was on the other screen. I must have accidentally clicked. Oh, they're not actually sunk. I thought they were. I thought they both started at like I want to say 500 seconds or something like that. Like 3 minutes. Is it 3 minutes? 300 seconds. It should be 5 minutes. Yeah, I thought they were at 5 minutes to start off with. 300 minutes. Oh my god. I just should stop. So it's the best possible sync until the actual sync. I would say, yeah, so I would still say try and get them synced up as soon as possible so you can stop using Multiverse Nexus, but definitely try using Multiverse Nexus, see if it does gain you anything. If not, just leave it until you get it upgraded and try and do natural sync anyway. Because in my opinion, there's better modules you can use if you can get a natural sync. Because like for me, I use Primordial Collapse because damage reduction, but you can also put a dim core in there if you weren't doing that. Also, not magnetic. I thought I had. Do I not have? I mean, I do want to kind of try and use this potentially in the future. There we go. I got rid of it. Spotlight will rotate to focus on the boss. Potentially could be a better one. I haven't tried Omchip since its rework. It might actually be better than Multiverse Nexus if you have a natural sync, because the Spotlight aims at the boss. So that means that you get the Spotlight coin bonus. Yeah, so your black hole may not be synced because it's a whole minute below, but you just do a 2-1 sync with your black hole. I'm pretty sure it's not expensive to get your black hole down to be synced. I may have been able to survive a bit longer if I was paying attention. Black hole the tower, so it starts 200 seconds, so you just need to get to 150, which is, I need to do some quick maths here, so 10, 30, 40, 50, 90, 150, so yeah, you are talking 230 stones to get it to sync with the other two. The other option, I know there isn't the other option of you can bring the other two down to your 1-1 sync. I don't know if that's any cheaper. It's so good for Younger Tower as soon as you get natural sync. I keep forgetting as well, yeah, actually, Primordial Collapse will be better for you because I forget it gives you that extra black hole as well as the tankiness. Currently 4th, but I'll get knocked out, guaranteed. I'll claim my tournament bit, and then I'll save up for now. I'll do. No, I'm not going to do anything on my baby tower for now. I'm going to leave it for when I record my video later, because I'm just waiting on my main tower now to finish its tournament. That's the thing. Dimcore can potentially serve you better right now than Multiverse Nexus, especially if you have Chain Lightning, obviously. But Primordial Collapse will be a great one for your farming because it gives you that extra black hole, or more black hole coverage. But yeah, definitely try Multiverse Nexus until you can get a natural sync. You can either do a 2-1 sync, or you can get them down to a 1 sync, which a lot of people do. I'll double check because I'm curious now with the 1 sync. Golden Tower. So to get the Golden Tower down, duration-wise, 200. Nah, that's much more expensive. I don't know why people recommend. It's going to be easier for you to get to a 2-1 sync. To just get your black hole down to 150. I just realised 200 seconds is like 3 minutes 40, isn't it? Hang on, no, 3 minutes 20. 3 minutes is 180 seconds. That's a weird start for a just because I was just thinking Golden Tower and Deathwave start at 5 minutes cooldown, right? Which is 300 seconds, and then your black hole starts at 200 cooldown, which is 3 minutes 20 seconds. Like, why not have it start at 3 minutes? It's a bit weird. Two one is probably cheaper than now, but then kind of jams you later for 1-1. But maybe Nexus as well. I mean, to me, I understand there's the whole 1-1 later on, but I never did the 1-1, right? I know that's what people advise, but when Primordial Collapse came out, I literally just pushed for perma black hole and said screw my black hole syncing with my I keep going to say G comp, Golden Tower and Deathwave, because I figured if I can get a perma, it's going to sync anyway. So I kind of skipped that going to a 1-1 for like the 100 seconds, and then you take black hole down to 50 seconds completely. I feel like sticking with a 2-1 is better, because yes, you do have to upgrade your black hole twice for every time you downgrade your downgrade your cool. Is it downgrade or an upgrade? That's a good question. Reduce. So you do have to reduce your black hole cooldown twice for every time that you reduce your Deathwave and your Golden Tower. So it does get more expensive per upgrade, but I feel like having the 2-1 is better generally, and because obviously you're wanting to get your black hole perma sooner for having the Primordial Collapse's damage reduction. I think damage reduction from perma black hole is more important nowadays than it used to be, for EHP builds anyway. Beforehand, when you didn't have that damage reduction from having perma black hole, it wasn't that important, and then the 1-1 sync made more sense because your black hole wasn't killing anything off in the interim. But I just feel like nowadays that damage reduction is much more important. It can push you so many more waves and get you more coins. well, oh, actually, that's a point. I'm going to double check something. Bear with me. I'll go in here, community. No, I'll go in content. I'll find it in here. Where is? I'll just filter stone. Just having a look, because with you saying you'd love Perma Black Hole so much, I may have good news for you. I say may have. We'll see. Comments. I'm just double checking. Get rid of unresponded. I did check the other day anyway, but I'm just double checking now just so that it's up to date information. Tequila Man, Kevin, Bertie, Gubbers Rust, he claimed his. Dovis, where is? Nope, it wasn't them. Oh, there we go. Chin Junji. Yes, so Chi Junji 8642 still hasn't claimed their stone pack. So in 2 days they lose the chance to claim their stone pack. And I have reached out to them multiple times. They've not responded. And I keep reminding in videos as well. But if they do not claim in the next 2 days, the giveaway turns into a stone pack giveaway. So make sure you've entered the giveaway that's currently running. Just a heads up. It will be worth it at that point. Although, that being said, it might be better than a stone pack giveaway because we will have the Black Friday sale. So you might be able to get a reward from the Black Friday sale for the same amount of price as stone pack. You might get more stones in theory because it's Black Friday, right? So it's definitely worth entering the giveaway if you haven't already. Because in 2 days, if there's still no reply from Chi Junji, it will be a stone pack giveaway. And getting the stone packs could just push you up to Perma Black Hole. You never know. Good that you're in the giveaway. I thought you were, but I thought just in case, just advertising it really, generally. So yeah, happy birthday. I was just thinking, I was tempted to gift you a stone pack. Basically, that's what I was thinking, but it's like, can I afford it? I'm in serious thinking mode now. Can I afford to give you a stone pack? If they had the small ones, like if I could buy you the stone pack one to give you 300, I just realised they're called power stones. If I could get you 300 stones, I definitely would do that. I can afford that, no problem. But a full stone pack's a bit of a push. With doing the other one still as well. Still, happy birthday. I wonder. Yeah, you've made me curious now. I thought they were adding it to the web store, but they're not. The Tower web store. If I quickly log out, see what there is. It literally is just the large stone pack, isn't it? I mean, premium pass. If you haven't got a premium pass, I can get you one of the premium passes. If you want. Say one of them. I can't get the expensive ones. It'll be like premium pass 1, 2, or 3. Ah, Pippin sneaked in. I didn't realise. Oh, this is something that I've noticed as well, right? With Nuke, it's not as good as I originally thought it was. So as Nuke can extend my runs having it in. That's why I've kind of got it in now. One of the biggest downsides of Nuke is it kills all the scatters on the screen, but then those scatters still spawn their children. So it literally does not help against scatters whatsoever. It just gives you more scatters to deal with. Unless you wait until it's only like the smallest children and then use your nuke, that can help, but you might not have that choice. You're gonna die like in seconds. Obviously, if you have the Volt, it would be the best way. Again, something's going weird in my live chat, I can't see. Appreciate the thought. Oh, there we go. I'm left with only expensive stuff. Makes it hard to say yes to purchases. No, that's fair. But yeah, I mean, if I was in a better financial situation right now, I would have definitely got you a Fallen Stone pack. It's why I was really tempted to take this sponsorship that I was saying about earlier, which I've decided not to take because I've done a bit more research and decided I don't want to be associated with whoever it is. I'm not going to badmouth them, but I'd rather have integrity rather than money. If I do get like content creator for the tower, that would be amazing, and I'd definitely be much more. No, you didn't put any pressure on me. I was just like, I wanted to give you something nice for your birthday, and I was like, definitely if I could afford it, I would have definitely done it, but I'm not in a situation, unfortunately. What made me want to run 3 accounts? Definitely can't be easy. It's actually not that bad running 3 accounts. I definitely wouldn't advise it, full stop. But the only reason is literally content. Because I'm not a believer in making videos just for the sake of making videos. Like, my videos, I feel like, need to be useful. So I started my glass cannon tower because I don't do glass cannon on my main tower, so I wanted to be able to advise people on glass cannon, and the best way to do that is experience. And basically, I've not been diagnosed, but I'm on the spectrum, so when I start doing something, I have to research the hell out of it so I understand how it works myself. And I think that's why I make good videos, right? I go in depth about things and I explain it in depth. I don't just do like, there's nothing wrong with just a general explanation. A lot of people like a general explanation because it's quick, but I like to go in depth with things anyway. So that's why I did the glass cannon tower. And then the third tower, it's mainly because, again, the sponsorship, they gave me 5 cloud phones to try out. So I was like, I could have gone up to having 7 towers if I wanted, but I was like, 7 towers is definitely too much, especially when you're at like the small like towers. There's so much micromanagement, but my main tower, there's barely any micromanagement, right? I can just kind of set it and forget it, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to have extra towers, because you can kind of set and forget your main one anyway. But I decided just to start 1 extra tower, a baby health tower, and the only reason that I decided to do a health tower is because when I started making content for the tower, I'd already had the game for like over a year. I hadn't played for a while, don't get me wrong, but basically my tower was already at a point where it was no longer a new account. So I decided to have a EHB build to take it up to the start of where I started making content for the tower, just so that I have more of a complete guide basically on like the EHP path. And I wanted to see how quickly my EHP baby tower can catch up to my glass cannon tower. Sorry, it hasn't made it there yet, but it's on its way. And right, I'll just quickly catch up with chat because I was explaining something. I can relate. My tower is still pretty new, but I've done so much research; it's insane. Exactly. Like there is those of us that really just research things to a massive extent. Like, I have took a leaf out of Bonsai Lad's book for doing an EHP tower, and the reason that I've like stuck with it over glass cannon, I understand glass cannon is better than EHP, full stop, at the point that I am in the game, but I'm the sort of person who's like, well, EHP isn't maxed yet though, so I want to max it out and see how far I can get with that, and then go into glass cannon. But it won't be glass cannon, right? Because I won't be glass. It'll be like concrete cannon at that point. And from what I understand, the end game's kind of gone that way anyway, because you need to have the health to survive commanders and things, right? And then when did I start my glass cannon tower? I think it was August. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 28th of August 2025. And then my baby tower, I think, is it a week old now? November the 6th. No, so it's 6 days old. It's just shy of being a week old. And we're at tier 3, so that's not so bad. Then my main tower. So my main tower, November the 23rd, 2023. However, as I've said multiple times whenever I've gone over the age of this account, I did have like a year gap. And that was just... I don't know why I had a year gap, to be honest. I did really enjoy it. Well, actually, no, I do know exactly why I had a year gap. So I really enjoyed it. It was like, definitely would recommend playing the game. But the problem was, I had the same problem as everyone. I didn't have a good phone back then. And I didn't have a spare phone. So leaving it on all the time in the background wasn't really sensible. Wasn't efficient. So progress was really slow. But then I did get into like having not a cloud phone, an emulator on my PC. But then basically it kept crashing and things, and it didn't work that well. And I had problems with the set emulator. Again, I'm not gonna disrespect them. They could be really great now. They could have got better, so I'm not gonna like call them out. But basically had problems with the emulator, so it never really took off, and I basically just fell out of playing it because it felt like I had to dedicate so much time to having it run in the background. So I stopped playing for like a year. But then I kind of basically was playing Black Desert a lot, and Black Desert, I don't mind bad-mouthing Black Desert, right? Because I just recently lost content creator. It's not really bad-mouthing. So they changed the way the game was. They kind of removed what my specialty in the game was, like the whole enhancing. So I kind of fell out of being able to make content for it. So I was like, what can I make content for? And I'd recently started picking up the tower again. And it's definitely something that I just really enjoy playing. So I was like, I'll start making content for the tower. And then here we are today, like almost a year later. And it's been really very helpful. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad I've been able to help FX David. Literally, that's the whole reason I decided to start making content for the tower, to help out newbies, because I saw that there was a lot of videos out there, right? Like, well, I say a lot. I've seen that there's more content creators from when I started, like, and some of them are definitely better than me. But when I started, like, there's a lot of content creators that kind of made a few videos and then stopped. So you'd get like this couple of months at the start of the tower, and then there'd be no more content. And then you'd have content creators that kind of started like I did when I'd already gone like for a few months into the tower development before I started making videos. So I just thought it is actually a good time to start making videos, because I'm kind of at the point where the other content creators kind of stopped making content, so it kind of fills that little niche gap. But then over time I've just basically gone, actually it makes sense to have the full thing on my own channel, basically. So you have like literally from the beginning to, I mean, late mid game right now, probably just mid game, to be honest. I'm tier 13, but I'm definitely going to be moving into late mid game soon. I mean, I've got Perma Black Hole, I've got Golden Combo, like I'm getting my masteries up. I think once I unlock assist modules, that's when I'll be considered late mid game or early end game. I don't know where it falls really. There is something that I'm really tempted to do, actually. I just saw there, and it would mean getting. You can get Perma 2 Poison Swamps, I'm pretty sure. So I was thinking, if you can get it so it comes to the edge with your just having an idea and then processing the thought before saying about it. But I was just thinking, if you can line up your Poison Swamp with your orbs, and stop the bosses. I mean, obviously it doesn't stop all of them, but if you can stop the bosses in the orb path with your Poison Swamp, that could increase damage to bosses. That would be really helpful, in theory. But then it's not the bosses that I have the problem with, it's the scatters. And I don't know if the scatters can be stopped. I need to double check that. I don't know if there's an answer to that. I don't think anything stuns scatter, that's the problem. Just looking to see if there is actually confirmation on it. I don't think there is. Because the thing is, like, it says scatters are immune to like all CCs. Like a boss. I think it says like the boss. But then the boss can be stunned. So I'm like, can the scatters be stunned as well? Yes, no, maybe. Never even looked to see what's the max percentage on stun. Like 80%, but it'll take forever to get to 80%. It just depends if you can actually get it to stun scatters. It could actually be really useful. But there's no thing that confirms that. I don't know, I'll have to check that out myself at some point. If you have knockback and electrons align. Yeah, I mean, oh god. Yeah, here we go. So we're already at the point where I'm going to die soon. I need to click that. Jesus Christ. Oh, actually. What almost killed me there? I just popped that because I thought that scatter was going to kill me. And then I melted the scatter. Why was I not melting scatters before then? What the hell? So confused. But yeah, I'm only going to get like 1,000 waves. I mean, I was really tempted to invest in OA for the fact that it can melt things, but it's a trade-off of my health would get so much like smaller. First look. So when to first unlock the wall if you do have sharp fortitude. So if you have sharp fortitude, learn to speak. I would say, now this is my personal opinion, other people may completely disagree, you can probably unlock it. I'm just trying to double check actually. You said what your left, yeah, was it you that was at 25 billion? I feel like you're a bit too early. I'm just going to double check the cost because the tower. There's so much to remember, it's just easier to search it, honestly. So, in my opinion, to unlock it and it not to be a detriment, you're still quite a bit short. But you need to be able to get your wall thorns to about 8%. Now, I think it'll still be 8%. Because that's actually the thing that kind of stops them from overheating so much, right? I was just thinking it depends on the relics that you have, but I think 8% is still a safe bet, right? So 8%, the lab costs 89.32 billion. So I'd say when you can earn about 100 billion a day, maybe a little bit less than that, that is when you want to unlock the tower. I'd say maybe even 50 billion you can unlock the tower. I think I'd be comfortable with saying that, yeah. Once you're earning 50 billion a day, you can unlock the tower, but just focus on doing wall thorns first. Get that up to 8%, and then you can invest in other parts of the wall. The main reason I say that is you basically get the wall to the point that shotguns aren't happening, shortening your runs. I could have probably nuked to get an extra couple of waves, but honestly, it's a bad tournament for me, full stop. If they don't go any higher, I might do a run later, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, I might get overtaken anyway still. But if it's only 50 waves different, I might try and do another run later today. So, I'm just going to go back to my farming. And why is that? Don't stop. Keep speeding up. I hate that when I hate it when that happens that way around. Tier 13, and then we want to make sure that I'm using the correct thing, and then I want to have a look at. Won't be able to reroll much, but we can go into there for that. In fact, we can go down to rare. Right, so now we'll save this because utility is better for me. So new options, reroll, epic or higher. Oh, that is tempting having both of them on there. In fact, yeah, I'm going to downgrade just so I can have them both on there. Because an extra 2% on my earning, basically. I'm just having a quick look. Oh, hang on. How does one get to 100 billion? I've been stuck at 70 billion max so far. Literally focus on your Econ Labs. Honestly. Econ Labs and Econ Ultimate Weapons are going to like push up so much. I'm assuming you're talking about coins per day. Bear with me one moment. I need to quickly clear my throat. This is the downside for talking for so long. Like, I've been talking for about 2 hours straight. So yeah, the wish I'd have waited a bit longer on it. So much lab time. Now I get more cells, so that makes up for it. I think being able to run wall for lab is huge. But yeah, Thorns is the limiter for sure. The thing is that's the biggest thing for me, right? In my opinion, if you can get wall Thorns to 8%, you no longer have to respec it out, even if it's not as strong as your tower or stronger than your tower, right? If it goes down, it's no longer a detriment once you've got like 8% on your Thorns. So yes, it's great to get your coins higher so that you can research the labs more. Bear in mind as well, you can always like put one level into a lab and then respec to get rid of your wall, and the lab will still be able to be researched, right? So you won't have to have the wall there while you're researching. Doing lab speed 1, EHB lab, and rest econ. Yeah, so you do need to decide how you're going to break your labs up as well. So, like, obviously game speed always has a slot until it's maxed out, and then lab speed a slot until it's maxed out, and then you just have to break down what you're going to use the other ones for at the end of the day. Yeah, that's the thing. You really need to focus on the econ labs to get them to the point where you can actually start researching things properly. So anyway, as you can tell, my voice is dying and I need to record some more videos today. So I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you for checking in, everyone. Thank you for chatting. I've had a really good time. We'll do one module pull just for the end of this. I know technically OA is probably a really good one to pull, but got trash anyway, so it doesn't matter which one I clicked on. Anyway, I'll end the stream here, but what I'm going to do is I basically go into this screen here, but I can still talk, so I'll just give it a moment for people to say things if anyone wants to ask anything to end off, and I'll say bye. So thank you for watching. Please like if you haven't already, and subscribe, helps grow my channel. I do have memberships as well, so by all means, if you do want to sign up for a membership, you can. Really would appreciate the help, but you don't feel obliged to. It's just a thing to help me grow my channel and give more giveaways. So I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now.